All right, today we're going to be drawing a dwarf, and this is going to be based off of an old toy of a dwarf like blowing a horn. So if you had some of those old Dungeons and Dragons figures of dwarfs, you're going to maybe remember this pose. So we're going to start with his foot this time. So we're actually going to draw us like kind of the cuff of his boot, and then his pant leg is going to be there. We'll have his boot kind of sticking down here. His dwarf boot there. And the pant leg is going to kind of come up into a tunic. Kind of slides across. And then the other leg is going to be over here. And he's going to be stepping back on this one here. So that one's kind of further back in space. And we'll put some shadow on the ground between those two legs. So we got the tunic, and then he's got his belt hanging pretty low. Because under that, the belt is going to be under a sizable gut. Draw like a little design on the belt buckle. And then we're going to get a big old dwarf gut sticking out. And this arm's going to be kind of sticking up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of set up an arm here. And this arm is going to go up to hold the horn that he's going to be blowing. So we'll kind of draw the arm in there. And there's his thumb holding the horn. We're going to draw a great big opening for the horn. Draw the inside of the horn. And the horn is going to come down and over to his mouth. It's got a couple of like little pieces of metal go around it. We'll draw the inside of the horn here. So it's going to be kind of dark in the shadow. All right. And then we're going to draw his little mouth. So his lips are pressed together, and he's letting out just a little right there into that horn. And we're going to see his beard come down into his body here. So that's his mustache. And then his other mustache hangs down. And that's going to come into his nose. And we'll get to the rest of his face here in a second. But first, let's finish off the beard. So for the beard, there's a little bit of hair hanging down. And just draw some long strands of hair. And for this mustache, we'll kind of break it up into a couple of little chunks. And he's got some more hair here on the side. It's a big beard. Now, we're going to put a big piece of his helmet come down to his nose. And then the helmet is going to sit like this and come up and have a little point on top. And he's got furrowed brows. And then we're going to draw his eyes behind those furrowed brows. And give him some more hair. He's a hairy fella. Draw some lines in his clothes. And then we're going to draw his hand. So his other hand is sticking off to the side here. And it's going to be wrapped around a handle. Then we're going to draw a big hammer. So we're going to draw kind of like a box, but a little pin holding it in place. And you might see some of the shadow on the bottom of the hammer here. And then we'll give him like a little cape. Got a little cape hanging in the back, coming behind him. And again, it's going to be dark back there. Maybe see the nail of his finger. And a couple of little dings, ding ding, on his helmet. We'll make some lines so that it's making some noise. We'll be like, ah. And then we're just going to write we got a dwarf. All right, that's the guy for today. See you tomorrow.